Hi everyone, welcome back to Blue Mile Wave Studio. Today, I will explain Africa's diamond mining secrets. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. They are dazzling, rare, and often seen as symbols of luxury and love. But behind every diamond lies a journey, one carved deep into the heart of Africa. From the depths of ancient volcanic rock to the global market, today we're uncovering the complex and gritty reality of the African diamond mining process. This is not just about geology, it's about history, people, and power. Diamonds are formed under extreme heat and pressure more than 140 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. In Africa, most diamonds were brought to the surface by ancient volcanic eruptions through Kimberlite and lamproite pipes, geological formations that have become the prime hunting grounds for miners. When we think of diamonds, we often picture the final sparkling product. But to truly understand the story of a diamond, we need to start with the land it comes from. Africa is not only rich in culture and biodiversity, it's also one of the most geologically significant regions on Earth. For over a century, it has been the epicenter of global diamond production, contributing both in volume and value. Let's start with Botswana, a landlocked nation that has transformed its economy through diamond mining. Discovered in the late 1960s, Botswana's deposits were found in kimberlite pipes, deep volcanic structures that serve as geological highways for diamonds to reach the surface. Today, Botswana is home to some of the world's most productive mines, including Jwaneng and Arapa, both managed by Botswana, a partnership between De Beers and the government. Remarkably, diamonds account for over 80% of Botswana's export earnings and have funded universal education, healthcare, and infrastructure. It's often cited as a model for how resource wealth can be used responsibly. Moving south, we find South Africa, the birthplace of modern diamond mining. The discovery of diamonds in Kimberley in 1867 ignited a massive diamond rush and reshaped both the global gemstone trade and the colonial economy. It was here that the concept of large-scale industrial mining began. Mines like Venetia, one of South Africa's largest producers today, continue to extract diamonds from deep underground deposits. However, South Africa's mining legacy is also a tale of labor struggles, apartheid-era exploitation, and ongoing debates about land ownership and environmental justice. There are two main types of diamond mining in Africa, alluvial and kimberlite. Along the winding riverbanks and remote floodplains of Africa, a quieter, humbler method of diamond mining takes place, one that relies less on machines and more on human endurance, ancestral knowledge, and sheer hope. This is known as alluvial diamond mining, a practice that dates back centuries and remains a critical livelihood for thousands of communities across the continent. Unlike kimberlite mining, which targets diamonds locked within deep volcanic pipes, alluvial mining focuses on secondary deposits, diamonds that have been naturally eroded from their primary sources and transported over millions of years by wind, rain, and rivers. These gems settle in riverbeds, deltas, or ancient terraces, sometimes just inches beneath the surface. What makes this method both accessible and perilous is its simplicity. Miners, often working in small family units or informal cooperatives, use basic hand tools, shovels, picks, sieves, and wooden pans, to dig through layers of sediment. There are no conveyor belts or X-ray scanners here. The process is slow and labor-intensive, and success often depends on nothing more than keen eyesight, patience, and a good understanding of the land. The typical alluvial process starts with digging, sometimes in shallow trenches along dry stream beds, and other times in deeper pits where water has pooled. Gravel and soil are collected into buckets and carried to the banks, where they are sifted and washed. The goal is to separate the heavier diamond-bearing material from the lighter sand and clay. It's a muddy, exhausting job, often performed under the hot sun or in the rainy season, with little to no protective equipment. Regions like Sierra Leone, Liberia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and parts of Angola are known for extensive alluvial mining. Here, diamonds are both a blessing and a burden. On one hand, they provide crucial income to rural populations with few alternatives. On the other, the work is unregulated, often dangerous, and vulnerable to exploitation. Some miners toil for weeks without finding a single stone. Others are forced to sell their finds to middlemen at unfair prices, lacking access to fair market value. In many areas, children are involved, not by choice, but by economic necessity. education takes a backseat to survival. There are few safety nets, and when pits collapse or rivers flood, lives are lost. It's a stark contrast to the polished sparkle of diamonds in jewelry stores across the world. Yet, despite the hardships, alluvial mining is deeply embedded in the social and economic fabric of many African communities. It's a craft passed down through generations, steeped in local knowledge and resilience. In some cases, NGOs and cooperatives are stepping in to formalize operations, providing equipment, education, and safer working conditions, while also ensuring that miners get a fair share of their labor's value. As consumers grow more concerned about where their diamonds come from, the spotlight is beginning to shift toward these miners, the unsung backbone of the diamond supply chain. Their hands, calloused and worn, are the first to touch the very stones that symbolize wealth, love, and eternity around the world. Kimberlite mining, on the other hand, is industrial, requiring excavation of enormous volumes of rock to extract diamonds still embedded in the earth. Open pit and underground mining are common methods for extracting kimberlite-hosted diamonds, especially in places like Botswana's Jwaneng mine, one of the richest in the world. Once the ore is brought to the surface, it undergoes crushing and screening to reduce the rock to smaller sizes. From there, dense media separation uses fluids to float lighter material and sink the heavier diamond-bearing rock. High-tech X-ray fluorescence is then used to identify diamonds, which are isolated and manually verified. The entire process, from excavation to final recovery, requires precision and a lot of luck. For every ton of ore mined, you might find less than 1 carat of diamond. While industrial mines are run by corporations, artisanal and small-scale mining, or ASM, is the backbone for many communities across West and Central Africa. In these operations, miners often work without machines, digging by hand in dangerous conditions. Some view it as survival, others, a family legacy. But the risks are real, from mine collapses to exploitation. Despite the hardship, ASM contributes significantly to local economies, though the value chain is often tilted away from the miners. To the west lies Namibia, unique for its offshore and coastal diamond mining. Over millions of years, diamonds were carried by the Orange River from the interior to the Atlantic coast, where they settled on the seabed. Today, high-tech vessels operated by Namdeb and Deb Marine, joint ventures between De Beers and the Namibian government, harvest these diamonds from the ocean floor using advanced suction and scanning equipment. Namibia's diamond mining model emphasizes environmental protection and marine stewardship. Further north in Angola, diamonds were first mined in the early 20th century. However, their legacy is marred by decades of civil war, during which conflict diamonds, or blood diamonds, fueled violence and instability. Today, Angola is rebuilding its diamond sector with increased government regulation, inviting foreign investment, and restoring transparency. Its Lulo and Katoka mines are rich in high-quality stones, and new exploration is uncovering even more potential beneath Angola's untapped kimberlite fields. The Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is Africa's largest diamond producer by volume, but much of this comes from artisanal and small-scale mining, often informal and unregulated. While industrial operations like the Miba mine exist, a large percentage of DRC's diamonds are alluvial, found in riverbeds and extracted by hand. This sector supports millions of livelihoods, yet it remains deeply challenged by poverty, lack of oversight, and conflict risk. Finally, Zimbabwe has made headlines for its Marange fields, one of the world's largest alluvial diamond deposits discovered in the 2000s. Though rich in resources, the region has drawn scrutiny for human rights abuses, smuggling, and opaque state involvement. Efforts are ongoing to bring Zimbabwe's diamond sector into compliance with international standards, but governance remains a concern. Together, these nations form the backbone of Africa's diamond industry, each offering a unique geological profile, history, and set of challenges. Understanding their differences is key to grasping the full picture of how diamonds move from the depths of the earth to the global market. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, the world began to confront an uncomfortable truth, that some of the diamonds adorning engagement rings and luxury watches were financing brutal civil wars. These became known as blood diamonds or *** conflict diamonds. In countries like Sierra Leone, Angola, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, armed groups seized control of diamond-rich regions and used the profits to fund weapons and prolong violence. Civilians were often caught in the crossfire, forced to mine diamonds under threat, while atrocities mounted unchecked. The global outcry led to the creation of the Kimberlite Process Certification Scheme, KPCS, in 2003, an international agreement backed by the United Nations, industry leaders, and civil society. Its aim, to prevent the trade in diamonds that fuel conflict by certifying stones as a conflict-free, through a paper trail system at export. While the Kimberlite process marked a major step forward, critics argue that it doesn't cover human rights abuses, environmental damage, or corruption in the supply chain. Still, it sparked a global conversation about ethical sourcing, pushing governments, companies, and consumers to think more critically about where their diamonds truly come from. Experts and human rights activists have long argued that while the Kimberlite process was a necessary first step, it is far from a comprehensive solution. As one critic put it, the Kimberlite process stops at conflict, but what about abuse, poverty, and environmental ruin? Many diamonds today are certified as a conflict-free under the Kimberlite process, yet they may still come from mines where workers face unsafe conditions, child labor, or unlivable wages. The certification does not account for systemic exploitation, forced displacement of communities, or the environmental degradation caused by large-scale mining. Activists have also highlighted the loopholes and weak enforcement that plague the system. In some regions, smuggling and forged certificates still allow questionable diamonds to enter the global market. Moreover, internal conflicts not recognized by the UN, such as government violence against its own people, fall outside the Kimberlite process definition of conflict diamonds. This has led to growing calls for more transparent, traceable supply chains, stronger local governance, and consumer-driven accountability. Grassroots movements and ethical jewelry brands are now stepping in, aiming to shift the industry toward diamonds that are not only conflict-free, but also fair, responsible, and truly ethical in every step of their journey. In response to growing consumer awareness, a new wave of ethical diamond companies has emerged, prioritizing transparency, sustainability, and social responsibility. These brands go beyond the Kimberlite process, using blockchain technology to trace a diamond's journey from mine to market. They often partner with community-led mining cooperatives, invest in eco-friendly extraction methods, and ensure fair wages and safe conditions for workers. Some even fund local schools, clinics, and reforestation projects. Sustainable mining practices, like water recycling, land rehabilitation, and zero-waste goals, are becoming the new gold standard for an industry striving to balance beauty with conscience. Diamond mining, especially in ecologically sensitive areas, has left a trail of deforestation, soil erosion, and contaminated waterways across parts of Africa. In many regions, open-pit and alluvial operations have degraded farmland and displaced wildlife. But today, a shift is underway. Rehabilitation efforts, like replanting native trees, restoring topsoil, and building clean water systems, are helping to heal the land. Some mining companies are now legally required to invest in post-mining land recovery. Meanwhile, community projects focused on education, healthcare, and local enterprise are redefining what it means to mine responsibly, linking economic benefit with long-term environmental and social resilience. Beyond the mines, some companies are investing in community upliftment and land reclamation to create a lasting positive legacy. In several African nations, diamond revenues have been used to build schools, healthcare clinics, clean water systems, and vocational training centers. These projects aim to ensure that mining towns continue to thrive long after the last gem is extracted. Meanwhile, reclamation programs are restoring mined-out areas, replanting trees, rebuilding topsoil, and converting pits into farmland or eco-reserves. Though not yet universal, these initiatives show how diamond mining, when responsibly managed, can contribute to sustainable development and generational transformation. When managed well, diamonds can be a source of national pride and prosperity. The diamond industry is undergoing a technological revolution. Automated drilling rigs, AI-powered sorting systems, and drone surveillance are transforming how diamonds are extracted, making operations more efficient and reducing human risk. At the same time, lab-grown diamonds, chemically identical to natural ones, are gaining popularity as an ethical and eco-friendly alternative, produced with minimal environmental impact. These innovations are also improving traceability, with blockchain tracking ensuring each stone's origin is verifiable. As Africa's mining sector adopts these tools, it has the potential to enhance sustainability, transparency, and worker safety, redefining the future of diamonds in a fast-changing global market. A new generation of African scientists and engineers is driving innovation in clean tech mining, developing low-impact extraction methods, renewable-powered tools, and waste reduction technologies. These pioneers are not only modernizing the diamond sector but also proving that Africa can lead in sustainable resource development, blending indigenous knowledge with cutting-edge science to reshape the future of mining. From deep underground to the fingers of newlyweds across the world, diamonds from Africa carry more than brilliance. They carry stories. Stories of resilience, of exploitation, and of transformation. If you found this journey eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more stories from the mines to the markets. Until next time.
Subscribe for more videos like this.